Charles got the dance music going on. Charles, what
We're
is
dancing.
up? We are
just
dancing,
practicing.
everybody.
We're practicing. Me and Lloyd are gonna start stripping on the weekend, so we gotta learn.
We got to learn today.
We gotta learn today.
We got to learn
All
today.
right? The
What's
money's
up?
out there.
So what's up, everybody? Welcome to Frightmare HQ, the special dance party edition.
Oh yeah, you ready?
I'm ready, baby. I got
You got
myself. I am Lloyd Cryer. That's who I am.
Are you?
I'm Lloyd
Are
Cryer.
you sure?
Who are you? Who am I talking to?
It's Charles Doze.
Oh,
What are you up to?
That's your new fairy sound effects. Boom,
Yep.
boom, 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 boom. So what
That's
is up,
me.
everybody?
Whoop,
We have
whoop.
got several people live with us right now on YouTube.
Good.
I think
It
we
should
should
be.
say hi to some of these beautiful, beautiful people and thank them for tuning in. What do you think, Charles?
I want to do that. Let's do it.
So
Who we got?
First up on the list is Eduardo Gonzalez. What is up, Eduardo?
Eduardo Gonzalez.
Welcome to the show, sir. Then we got Todd Lewis.
Todd Lewis is the man.
He is the man. Travis Brown is also the man.
Downtown?
Downtown Travis Brown.
Yes.
And I see Stephen Burt.
Bert making it hurt
Bert
on a
making it
Wednesday
hurt.
night.
Patrick LaGrave is in the hizzy.
Hizzy, Dizzy, LaGravy. That's all I
right.
got.
Jeanette Nolan.
Jeanette Nolan. Come on
David
down.
Dugas.
Oh, it's David Dugas.
That's
yes.
right. T
Yes.
West is here with us. What's up, T West?
West lives in Crest. I don't know. I'm not good at rhyming. I'm not a rapper.
That's
should've
right.
Should have been a rapper. but not.
Chrissy Gilliland is here. Chrissy just co-hosted with us on the Twitch
What?
Prime Watch Party, and that was a lot of fun. Thank you, Chrissy.
That was a lot of fun. Good movie choice.
Neil McElhaney
McLehaney. Neil.
and some others. That's just who I see that is in the chat room right now. Tyler Burrows is here. Just saw him
Burrows.
pop up.
What rhymes
and
with burrows? Churros.
Burrows,
That's all I got.
churros,
Churros. Yep.
churros.
.com.
Exactly.
burrowschurros.com/org.
Boom.
Boom.
Tyler Burrows says, back to Wednesdays. Yes, we are back to Wednesdays at last. We didn't have something going on one Wednesday.
Or are
out of
we?
17. Maybe we might be. Or are we? Who knows?
Or are we?
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Charles Anderson is here. What is up, Charles Anderson? Thank you.
Charles Anderson.
Argento fan.
He likes the Argento movies. Yes.
He does. He loves some Argento movies.
Oh, yeah.
So
Who
there
else
you go.
is here?
Play that music. Play it, Charles, because I'm going to introduce tonight's show. Tonight,
I want you to do it.
We are visiting the year 2004, the year in horror, which
Oh,
contains
yeah.
a lot of goodies. Spin it, Charles. Spin it.
How many goodies does it have, Lord?
I'm looking at about 13 on the main list and then several on the honorable mentions.
Would you call every movie on that main list a good movie?
Well, I don't know that I would call them all, but they're on the list.
They're on the list. That's all that matters.
The first one right out of the gate is a pretty strong film, though, I would say. Starts out the year on a good note. What do you think, Charles?
Okay. No, yeah, it's a good one. I like that one, I think.
Well, let's roll it out then. What do you say?
Roll it.
Roll it.
What do you got?
First one on the list. Two strangers awaken in a room with no recollection of how they got there. I wonder what this is, Charles.
Well, they don't know how they got there.
They don't know how.
They were kidnapped.
And they soon discover they're pawns in a deadly game perpetrated by a notorious serial killer. First premiered January 19th, 04 at the Sundance Film Festival. It's the American psychological horror film Saw, directed by James Wan. In his directorial debut, starring Tobin Bell, Cary Elwes, and I'm too old for this shit, Danny Glover.
He is kind of old for that shit, but he's still getting older. So
he he was even older in this.
he was a little bit older than he was right now in this somehow.
That's right. Well, Saw. Let's just talk about Saw a little bit. Not what Saw became, but what started out as. What it started out as. Saw, I thought, was a great movie. I thought it was very original and very fresh, and I think it was what. In some ways, it was what the horror genre needed, but in some ways, it was not what the horror genre needed.
Yeah, everything blew up from that.
Yeah.
So that was directed by James Wan, right? And who was the writer? Lee Wanell? Is that his name?
Lee Wanell. Lee Wanell.
Lay
Lee Wanell.
Lee Wanell. All right. I like Saw. Saw they made both of them the first thing they made out of film school. I know that, and I guess they originally wanted a way to make a movie as cheap as they could, and naturally they really liked Blair Witch Project because that was made on like $9 since a bubblegum, you know. But they wrote this script for Saw, both of them, original script, way back in the day, and they tried to make it on like 30 grand or something, but they ended up going to Hollywood and then they sold it to a studio, which is even better, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this certainly rocketed their careers into outer space. These guys have done several things since then, and they kind of became the darlings of the horror genre. And they did prove, though, that you can make a horror film on a lower budget than normal and make a huge profit, which is what Saw did.
Yeah. And like you said, both of them have went on to insane careers.
Yes.
We know Leigh Whannell directed the Invisible Man one movie from last year.
Mm-hmm.
After this, Whannell also wrote like 2 and 3, and then what else did he do? Insidious. He ended up directing one of the Insidious movies, and we know James Wan didn't direct another Scream movie, but he went on to do other little movies people know, like Insidious, The Conjuring. Yeah. I think people remember those a little bit. And somehow directing Fast and Furious 7
that's
at
what
one
I was
point.
going to bring up. He went on to Fast and Furious 7, so good for him. I mean, it really helped their careers. But beyond all of that, I think Saw is just a good movie. I think it was well made. I really love this movie. I love the twist ending.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the sequels because that's when I think, torture porn just kind of took off and went crazy. And I'm not a big torture porn fan.
Yeah, and the first one is not even really torture porn. They really try to kick that off in the sequels,
Right.
And at the time, though, I mean, everybody after this wanted to make Saw, so everybody was trying to do.
There were just
but it was a good movie.
Of these, kind of
the Saw movies,
Saw clones.
Yeah, some of them good, some of them bad. But I'm really happy they ended up, bringing this and actually getting a studio to take it. And at the company that took it was Twisted Pictures, and the guys from Twisted Pictures actually they put a second mortgage on their business, their business headquarters to fund this movie. And James Wan took this. James Wan said that like DreamWorks and a couple other bigger studios tried to get this, and they actually offered him more money, but the bigger studios wouldn't let him direct and wouldn't let Leigh Whannell star in it either, because he was also in the movie. The guy who wrote it we were talking about.
Right.
He's Carrie Elway's other half in the two-man room. Yeah, the two-man room. But I'm glad we got what we got. It really blew up like a nice, I guess you could say, a nice run of these movies, for a while. They were cranking these out.
Well, and it kind of gave way to other horror movies, too, because people said, horror movies are kind of popular, and you saw a lot of studios beginning to invest in making horror after that. So That's why I say I
Yeah.
think it was good for the horror genre, but it was also bad in the way that we got just an avalanche of torture porn movies.
We gotta do something torture porn related. What is it gonna be in it?
That's what
I
everybody
don't
wants
know.
now. They want torture porn.
They want torture porn. Give them all kinds of it. Crossovers. Torture porn crossovers. Come on.
Yeah, I did want to, before we move on, I want to mention that
What you got?
we got a few people on Twitch. It's just now showing up for me. Hang on a second.
Perfect.
Whoops, sorry,
Did you just-
sneezing.
Did you just die?
I was sneezing, sorry. I muted my mic
was
because
like-
I didn't want to, like, a loud sneeze if anybody's wearing headphones.
I just saw you like mute it and start like going like this. I'm like, it's happening.
I just had
Let's having a
seizure.
stroke.
No, it
Jesus.
was it was a silent sneeze. Anyway, I want to say hi to our Twitch folks. We got JD Smith, Digi Artist,
What's up, JD?
Mr. 80s 12124.
80s 1204.
Hendershot is on with us tonight. Welcome, guys.
Hendershot knows how to do the tender shots. That's what I say.
That's right. And I do
I don't
want
know
to
what that
thank
means.
Mr.
I don't
80s. He mentioned that he became a Patreon. I did see.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I did see that we got a new Patreon, but I wasn't familiar with the name. It's because it's his real name and not his Twitch screen
You're
name.
like, who is this?
Yeah, I was
Who
like,
is this
huh.
ragamuffin?
But we are glad to have you, Mr. 80s 1212 Thank you for joining. We appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you for joining. You want to jump on to the next one? You want to move up?
Let's
From
do it,
Saw?
brother. Let's do it. I think we can move on now.
Saw. All right, guys. Oh yeah, Saw is on HBO. If you want to watch Saw, it is on HBO. If you want it on disc, there's about 93 different versions of Saw on Blu-ray. So go out and pick up one of them. I saw them as low as $7.99 on Amazon. That's like giving it away.
At one
$7.99.
At one point,
Sorry.
you could get the whole series in a Blu-ray pack for less than $20. So
Yeah,
I
they
don't
may
know if
still
it's
have
out
that.
there. Do they?
I said they. I know it's out there. I don't know how much it is though, but
Yeah. Well, if you
I
can
mean,
find
they're
that,
out
that's
there.
the way to go with those Saw movies, I think.
cool. On the next one here, a girl attempts to find a cure for her lycanthropy bloodlust. That sounds saucy, Lloyd. That's saucy. Ooh.
Lycanthropy. Lycanthropy.
Lycanthropus.
Exactly.
It's something with werewolves. I don't know. But she's trying to find it before the next full moon while hiding out in a rehab clinic from a relentless werewolf. Ooh.
This sounds interesting.
Ooh. This was released in Canada, so Connexploitation, January 30th, 2004. It's the Canadian horror film Ginger Snaps 2 Unleashed, directed by Brett Sullivan. Yes, Ginger Snaps 2. They really should have had a line of cookies that brought out to promote this. That's really what they needed.
Ooh, that would have been great. Kind of like the
Get yourself.
Kind of like the macaroni and cheese from the Nick Cage movie. What is that called? You can actually buy that mac and cheese from that movie.
Oh, yeah. I saw that. They had that up for sale.
Yeah, we need
some.
We need a tie-in with Ginger Snaps.
We need some ginger snaps, guys. Yeah, I mean, this is actually a really good sequel. A lot of times, movies like this, you don't really get a good sequel to them. Ginger Snaps is probably what you thought. Well, that's going to be an interesting sequel, you know.
Mhm.
But I always thought it was pretty good. I don't know. It picks up right after the first movie. It's got some fun plot twists. You don't really see Ginger herself. Who's that? Catherine Isabel. She's not really in it that much, but Emily Perkins is really good in this one. So yeah, I think this one is good. I think it kind of went more straight line horror than the first one, but I enjoyed it.
I think this one is kind of a 50-50 for a lot of people, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's a love it or hate it movie. I enjoyed it. I think it's a really, really well-made movie. I enjoyed Ginger Snaps. I like the whole series, but I do know that people are kind of split on this one.
Yeah, and even more so on the next one of that one. But
Yeah.
I don't know. it's an interesting movie. They got really popular, and this one wasn't. Ginger Snaps 2 wasn't really low budget. It was like $4 million to make the second one. It just felt like it was polished a little bit better, and I don't know. I just like the way it was filmed. I know that like the majority of like the cast from the first one, not the cast, like the crew from the first one didn't work on the second one. Like the writer, director, it was all different people, and I don't know much about why they replaced. Their first one was directed by John Fawcett, and then this one was directed by somebody else, Brett Sullivan. I don't even know what else he did, but to me, I like him. I like the second one.
I actually met Brett at the AFI Film Fest, and we talked for a while about doing like a Ginger Snaps reunion, but it was hard to get all of those people together at that time. Brett's a cool guy. He did another movie that I saw at that AFI Film Fest, which is why he was there. That was really good, and I think it was called The Devil's Chair or something like that, and I enjoyed it. He's a really good guy and was passionate about filmmaking.
Did he just walk up to you and say, "I directed Ginger Snaps 2," and you were like, "I don't care."
Yeah, I was like, I don't care. It's stupid.
I don't even like Ginger Snaps. I'm more of an Oreo guy myself.
He was probably like, what?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like you said, it's kind of a split movie, but I like the first two Ginger Snaps a lot. I thought they were pretty good. The third one we'll talk about in a little bit, but you know what? It's I say yay. Some people say nay, but no, I like it.
Just a side note.
Who else has watched this?
He also directed Saw 4.
In space?
Exactly. Brett Sullivan directed Saw 4, or no, he didn't direct it. He wrote it or something like that. I can't remember.
Oh, did he?
But anyway, he's worked on that stuff. He's done a lot in the Canadian film industry. It looks like he was the editor for Saw 4, and he also edited like 8 episodes of Orphan Black.
Well, wow. I mean, that's more than I've edited. I've only done like 2 episodes of Orphan Black myself. So I see how it is.
No, there's a whole bunch of stuff on his list, but anyway, there you
go. That was the weird thing I always thought about Saw, is they really just they changed up a lot of the crew a lot in the Saw. Like it was like a revolving door. It was just like people in, people out. Yeah. I edited this one. I edited the other one. It's like, come on, guys. But back to Ginger Snaps. So David, I think Travis said they like ginger ale.
Todd Lewis, ginger ale, yeah.
He says, I like ginger ale. Does that count? I would say yes. Ginger ale's pretty good. So I think if you haven't seen Ginger Snaps but you like ginger ale, I'm okay with that. That's all right. It's a good mixture.
Oh, that's funny.
Eduardo Gonzalez said, didn't know sequels are made to Ginger Snaps. Yep. It was a trilogy. And
it was.
The third one happened to come out in a similar year.
It did. They made them back to back, but we'll get to that a little bit later.
The third one is where it kind of goes off the rails a little bit, but
yeah.
What are you going to do? But yeah, overall, I mean, I like Ginger Snaps and Ginger Snaps 2. You can watch, I believe the whole Ginger Snaps series is on Tubi, free with ads. And it seems to be the only place it is, Tubi free with ads. Like there's nowhere else to pay to rent it or anything or buy it on digital. And Ginger Snaps in the U.S. has never had a Blu-ray release, but Germany had a 2K Blu-ray release, and you can import a whole trilogy for $25 if you have a region-free player, guys. Sorry.
That's the way to go.
The fun there.
Like. Yep.
But if you don't want one, you can get a DVD for $9.99 on Amazon, which is a lot of money for a DVD, I think, nowadays.
J.D. Smith, DigiArtist, said Underworld ripoff artwork. Yeah, it kind of is.
Yeah, and she's not even in the movie like at all, really. So yeah. it's like interesting. They're like, "Hey, come see me as the sexy werewolf," and they're like, "Boop, gotcha."
Not me.
Not me.
Not me.
Not me. I'm not the sexy werewolf today.
All right, moving on from werewolves, we're going to go into something that we talked about. We've talked about this quite a bit. I know it's come up several times.
Oh yeah, we have. I see. Mm-hmm. Here it is.
When a killer interrupts the fun at the swanky Coconut Beach Resort, it's up to the club's staff to stop the violence, or at least hide it. Released February 27, 2004. It is the American comedy slasher film Club Dread, directed by Chandra Sekhar and written by and starring the Broken Lizards comedy troupe.
Going to Club Dread. Club Dread. Going to Club Dread.
I like this movie, Charles. Dread. What about you?
You know, I went into this movie with absolutely like no expectations whatsoever, and I watched this in theaters when it came out, and well, it was a lot funnier than I thought it was going to be. I could have gone with shortening this movie by about 20 minutes because it's almost 2 hours long, and I'm like, why is this movie almost 2 hours long?
Is it really?
Like it's like an hour 47. I'm like, you need to. This movie should be like an hour 20 tops. That's all you're gonna get out of me, Coconut Pete.
Yeah. I don't know. I enjoyed it. I like a good horror parody, and I thought this did that in particular really well. I like that Bill Paxton is in it. There was somebody.
Would you say it's?
Jordan Ladd is in this too.
Would you say it's a parody or just a comedy horror?
I don't know. It's both. I think it's kind of a send up of the slasher genre.
And it follows the slasher formula really good for that movie. It really does.
Really well. Yeah.
It's like too good. I'm like, who directed this? John Carpenter? I'm like, hold on. Come on.
So it does that well. It does the slasher genre well. It's a fun movie. It's good to sit back and, chill for a couple of hours. I've never realized that it was 2 hours long. It's all. It seems like it goes by, pretty well. It's got a good pace to it.
Yeah. As I said, it felt a little long to me, but I do like Bill Paxton in it. I mean, Coconut Pete is one of those characters where you're just like, how is this Bill Paxton in this movie at this point? Yeah. Like, what's going on? What was his song in it? What was his song?
Don't ask me that. Coconut Pete song? I have no idea.
I can't remember. It was something. Pina Coladaberg. That was it.
Oh, was that? Well, Mr. 80s said Bill Paxton is mocking Jimmy Buffett. So, that's exactly what he's doing.
It's not Margaritaville. It's Pina Coladaberg.
Pina Coladaberg.
One thing I thought was funny when I looked this up is this movie went by a variety of weird titles overseas. In Italy, it was called Bloody Holidays. In Poland, they called it Deadly Resort. And this is where they get kind of weird. In Greece, it was called The Island of Seduction.
Whoa. They must have cut out all the murder. That's where that extra 2 hours comes from.
The 70s where they would put hardcore porn inserts in movies that have nothing to do with it.
Yeah, maybe that's what they did there.
But for some reason in Hungary, it was translated and called Unroasted Tomatoes. So, that's for you guys to figure out. I don't know what unroasted tomatoes means, but it's hit something here. Like I said, when this first came out and I saw the trailer for it, I was like, "Oh, this is not going to be good."
That's what I thought
really
too, Charles.
Wanted to pull a trailer and watch it, but for some reason, this is one of those movies that has no watchable footage. It's all like lesser than VHS quality for some reason. I was like, "All right, well, we're not watching that."
Yeah.
Which then I realized apparently this has never been released on Blu-ray anywhere, which is kind of surprising.
That is interesting.
It's only on DVD. There was one DVD released in 2006, but Amazon's charging like $14-15 for the DVD of this. And I'm like, for Club Dread, you feel like this is a movie that'd be like at the $1 Blu-ray bin now or something,
Well, they know what they have on their hands, so they're just waiting for that ultra premium 4K high def super deluxe limited edition of Club Dread.
Super 3D 4K 8K HDR QX.
It's gonna be awesome, baby.
But yeah, like you said, it's just a goofy, dumb movie
Mm-hmm.
that does follow the slasher formula, like I said, really well. And I'm kind of on the fence with a lot of this movie. I would say it's more just sit back and don't worry about anything and watch it.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh yeah. It's nothing to take seriously.
I mean, you're not going to be going, well, the editing and cinematography of Club Dread was definitely not up to the par of Super Troopers, I'll tell you.
Yeah. It kind of feels like, didn't they come out with a Scooby live action movie that kind of felt like this too, like they were on an island and stuff?
I don't remember.
I think they had a Scooby. I think they decided to turn this into a Scooby Doo movie.
Is that a Scooby Doo movie?
Yeah, Scooby Doo Adventure.
Walkers. All right, guys. So another one is another. Okay, I can do the next one. The next one's fun. A night at a local bed and breakfast turns into a bloody supernatural fight to the death. This first premiered at the South by Southwest Film Festival, March of 2004. It's the zombie comedy film Dead and Breakfast, which was directed by Matthew Litweiler. Have you ever seen Dead and Breakfast? This is such a great movie.
Yes, I saw this movie. It had so much buzz out around the time that it came out. It was like one of those things that you had to see as a horror fan at that time. It was just everywhere, it seemed like.
Yeah. Let's roll the trailer for it. We have a trailer for this one, and it's probably the best way just to describe this movie a little bit.
We're looking for rooms for the night.
It's got David Carradine in it.
Wide open.
David Carradine, that's all you need.
That's all you need. The director of this, Matthew Litweiler,
Small town.
eventually went on to direct. He produced.
6 friends.
Did he direct it too? It was Super. Do you remember Super?
Evil. Like no
Oh
other.
yeah, he directed
I'm
that.
ready. Whatever.
Did he?
I'm
No,
he
James
didn't.
Gunn directed it.
Yeah, he's not directed. He produced it. He was one of the producers attached
Exactly. Yeah.
Dead and breakfast.
This is like a bad horror movie.
Well, it gets a whole lot worse.
to it. Oh my god, it's gonna
What are
happen.
they doing?
There it is.
Dancing.
Yep. And it's got Jeremy Sisto in it, who was taking off like crazy at this time. You saw him doing a bunch of stuff. Well, we
Yeah.
had May last year, didn't we?
Yeah, he had a good run. Like I said, he was in May and he was in Wrong Turn. I mean, this is like his third year in a row we've had him on a movie.
Yep. You also had Jeffrey Dean Morgan was in this. And Gina Phillips from Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah, Gina Phillips was in this. Eric Palladino's done some other stuff too. This is and Ever Carradine's in this too. So
Yep.
it's a fun movie. It's another one that pairs really well with Club Dread because it's one of those that's you're just gonna sit back and have fun watching this movie. You know, that's just kind of what it's gonna be made for. Nothing else. What do you think?
Yeah, I tend to agree. It's just a fun movie. It's a super low budget film too. Anchor Bay put it out in the day back when it came out, and they were in there, kind of approaching their height of that horror ride they were on, where they seemed like they put everything out back then. Anchor Bay did
Everything they could grab the license for, yeah. That's what they were doing.
Evil Dead, Dawn of the Dead, all of the big ones, a lot of the old Italian stuff they put out. So
yeah, those huge clamshell sets they brought out. Clamshell sets, I can't say it.
yeah,
But
they did all kinds of stuff.
dude, they were the go-to people for a lot of those releases, especially in the late 90s, early 2000s. It was like Anchor Bay.
Anchor
cranking
Bay
them out.
was on top of the world at that point.
Anchor Bay sure loved them some Evil Dead back then because every year they'd bring out a new Evil Dead VHS. They'd be like, look at this one. The color's slightly askew. It's new.
It's a variant.
It's a variant.
Instead of
Before variants
blue,
were
we
made.
use primarily red.
Woo! Buy it now. $24.99. Yes,
Exactly.
I'll buy it. Yeah. No, it's just a fun movie. I know David Carradine is probably he's not in it a whole lot, but he's really good when he does appear in this movie. It's great. So you mentioned the DVD, and that was the only time you could ever get this movie. It's never been released on Blu-ray anywhere, which surprised me. and it's no longer streaming. This movie was on Amazon Prime for a while. Dead and Breakfast was, and that's where I thought it was, but I looked it back up and it's not streaming anymore. So the only way you can apparently watch this one now is by paying $30 for the DVD on eBay if you can find one. Which I'm like, well, that's sad. It's a great movie.
It is sad. Well, maybe someone will put it out. Like you said, it's still Stars. You can watch it on Stars. Did you mention that? Oh, wait a minute. I'm looking at the wrong thing.
Dead Breakfast. Yeah, it's not streaming anywhere. It's surprising. It's not even like digital to buy or anything on any of those services. It's literally
That is
just
a bummer.
Yeah, that one DVD release was the only time it's been released, and I was like, well, that's sad.
Yeah.
But seek it out if you can find it. I mean, maybe some good word of mouth will get that one back out because it's fun. But you can find those DVDs, and I was surprised they're like $30 on eBay when I ran them. I was like, wow, that's a lot. But
Yeah.
what are you gonna do?
There you go.
What do you got next, though?
All right. Survivors of a worldwide plague that is producing aggressive, flesh-eating zombies take refuge in a mega Midwestern shopping mall. Released March 19, 2004, it's the American horror film Dawn of the Dead, directed by Zack Snyder. In his directorial debut, and written by James Gunn, a remake of George A. Romero's 1978 film of the same name. We got a trailer, or a clip.
Oh, yeah. I think it's the trailer. It's the original teaser trailer, which was a fantastic trailer. Yeah.
Hey, you.
Where were your expectations for this movie?
Dude, I was probably more excited for this movie than I was any movie up until my life at this point.
Really?
I waited in line, back when you used to have to wait in line at theaters. I waited for, an early screening of it, where you could wait to get a seat. I waited 9 hours to watch this damn movie. The early screening thing.
The only thing I remember about this movie, major thing, not the only thing, but was that it was the only thing to knock Passion of the Christ out of a weeks and weeks and weeks long run at the #1 position. This was the only movie.
Everybody wanted to see this movie.
So a movie about zombies, the dead coming to life. Killed a movie
Jesus
about
rise.
Jesus coming to life, back to life.
This trailer was so great.
Yeah.
I had really high expectations for this movie. I was already a huge Romero fan at this point, and I remember specifically being upset that this was being remade until I saw the teaser trailer for this, and I was like, something's gonna happen.
Well, that's what I was getting to, because I know you're a huge Dawn of the Dead fan, so I didn't know how you felt about this up until the trailer. So the trailers would change your mind. You said, "Oh, this is
trailer
really good."
Changed my mind. It was a lot different than I thought it was going to be, and I think it turned out really good. I think this is an example of a remake of a film that nobody wanted you to ever remake, that actually was well thought out and well shot and well made. Yeah, I like this movie a lot. I still like this movie. I think it's well done. I could say I probably don't like it as much as I did like 10 years ago. It's wearing off ever so slightly. It's wearing off on me, but
Yeah.
it's still a fun watch,
I don't think I've seen it since I saw it on DVD years ago. I don't think I went. I know I didn't go to the theater for this, but it was a big deal. It was a huge deal. And,
Made a lot of money.
Yeah, and thank God it did well, because if it hadn't, Zack Snyder may not be who he is now.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, but
Well, yeah. I know he's got that new zombie movie coming out for Netflix. Have you seen that one?
no.
So like they're making a huge budget zombie movie with him, but it's about people are going to go try to loot Las Vegas in a zombie apocalypse or something. Something like that. But I'm like, well, it's about time, because after this came out, this was so popular that there was immediately like talks of a sequel. We're going to greenlight a sequel. That never actually never came to fruit.
Yeah, I don't know
I'm
why.
still not even sure why either. Yeah,
Probably
it's one of
Rubenstein.
Yeah, and I know Rubenstein gave over like he had Purdue like handed over film rights at one point to the guys who made this, and that's how it got made. But he's still producer and everything. But he's an interesting guy. But I felt like this was really well made because it didn't feel like it was trying to be restrictive. I mean, there's a lot of crazy stuff in this that you didn't even see in Romero's movie, like the baby.
Yeah.
It's like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, I had some fun, but no, I had low expectations that the trailer changed it for me. And you see, I mean, we got James Gunn and Zack Snyder. I mean, back then you didn't know who they were, but now we do, you know?
Oh yeah. All right. Well, that's a great one. We saw the trailer for that. Where can we see this one?
This one's on Stars. This one is streaming on Stars if you have Stars, or you can rent it like on every rental service. There's a bunch of Blu-ray releases of this one out there. This is one of those that the studio brought out like 3 or 4 different versions, and then Shout Factory brought out one a few years ago. The Shout Factory one is actually pretty good. It's really well done. It's like $15 on Amazon, $16, not that much. So,
Yep.
Next up though is a similar movie to an older style of a movie.
This is a great one.
A man's uneventful life is disrupted by the zombie apocalypse. This was first released in the UK April 9th, 2004. It is the horror comedy Shaun of the Dead. Oh, yes. Directed by Edgar Wright. This was actually a co-production between UK, US, and France to get this baby made. And it was great.
It was fantastic. One of the best homages to Romero ever made.
And you can tell it's by people who love him watching that. Little subtle things.
Yep. We've got a clip from that. Is it a clip?
I think it's a trailer for it.
Let's roll that. There it is. The great Shaun of the Dead. This is turning out to be a pretty good year, Charles.
Remember 2003 was really awesome.
Yeah.
We started off with some good ones here, you know?
Yep. Yeah, I think I actually saw Shaun of the Dead first. I imported a DVD, maybe, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember how I saw it first, but great movie. Lots of fun. Super funny. And I want to go back and revisit it, like I said, soon and just see how I feel about it now. I can't imagine not liking it.
Yeah, I actually watched this one quite a bit. It's one of those movies that I'm kind of, if I just need something on, it'll always just end up on. It's so easy to watch. Like you said, it's still pretty funny. It's still very relatable. And yeah, I just love this movie. You know, and I think the first time I saw it, I can recall going to the theaters and seeing it, but at that point it was huge. I mean, everybody was talking about this movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I saw it late, definitely after all the buzz. But certainly awesome. It was great to see a younger generation pay homage to legendary director George Romero. So kudos to them for doing that and doing it respectfully as well.
Very much so. What do we got next?
Well, Charles, now we're going to get a little weird. We're going to get a little weird now, Charles.
What?
We're going to get a little weird with the next one.
Do you want me to hold on to you? Hold your hand?
Well, I think our viewers may need that.
Okay.
Because I don't know how many people have seen this. We're about to find out, though.
All right.
A traveling entertainer is on his way home when his van breaks down in the middle of a jerkwater town with some strange inhabitants. First premiering at the Cannes Film Festival, May 18th, 2004. It is the new French extremism psychological horror film Calvaire, directed by Fabrice Duels. So, we've talked quite a bit about several French horror films, Charles. Mm-hmm. And once again, this is another effed up French horror movie.
So bizarre, you know?
Super bizarre. I don't even know if I fully understand some of what was going on in this movie.
Half of what you were like subjected to. You know, this is a sick, weird, perverted movie. This whole movie is.
It is. Here's the poster for it.
Oh God.
I recommend everybody checking this out, especially if you're interested in the French films of this time. There were a lot of great French horror movies made. Some people called this the Texas Chainsaw Massacre of French horror movies.
Yeah, it's kind of got that psychological thriller, misery vibe going too. It's just so much weirdness at this, but it's surreal comedy. I'll give it that, because it shouldn't be funny, some of this stuff, but I like this movie a lot. And it's not easy to find either. This movie's a pain in the butt to find.
I have a DVD. I bought this DVD day one, Charles. And,
well, that's good, because that's the only release there's ever been of it, was that DVD release.
A lot of people are asking that we play a trailer for this, and we don't have one queued up, but I might be able to find one, and maybe we can let you guys watch it.
Sure. Yeah.
Here, I'll try to find one for people.
No, you're fine. But this is a really weird treat. Like, you're gonna feel. I don't know what you're gonna feel. You're gonna feel something while watching this.
It's I don't know how to explain it for people. It is.
Yeah,
it's weird and it's bizarre and it's French.
Yeah. Like I said, Fabrice Duels was really young when he made this. He was like 22 or 23, super young, and he's directed a lot of other French films after this one. None of them were really as good. He did another horror movie called Vignon at some point. He did an action movie called Colt 45 that was pretty good, but really didn't blow up a lot. I mean, mainly just these crazy French films that probably you and me, like, people will ever watch. Yeah. It's it.
So what I'm going to do is, I think I have it queued up. I don't know if the sound is going to work, so you guys tell me if you can hear the sound or not. But Charles, you and I should be able to talk over this. So let's play this trailer and see what happens.
Let's play the trailer. Let's roll that bean footage. Oh my. That's it.
Yep. That is it. Like I said, I don't know if everybody can hear this or not, but
if you see it, it's probably in it's probably not English.
Probably in French anyway.
Yeah. So audio's good. They got sound. All right, cool.
They got sound? Okay, good.
Near a quiet country village, Udo Kier is going to appear. Hello! Super fine Hollywood actor.
Lovely.
Calvaire. The trailer doesn't even show how weird this movie is.
It doesn't. It kind of makes it look like it makes sense.
Yeah, this trailer is presenting you with a very straightforward narrative that you can understand. It's like it's not. This is not this movie. But it's weird. It's getting a little weird now.
Yeah, but it's worth watching. I don't want people to think it's not worth watching.
No. It's good. It's a good movie. It's well made. It has some interesting shots in it, and the acting is nuts. You feel bad for this, but
Calvaire, The Ordeal.
The Ordeal. I I think you might be able to find it under the Ordeal too. Maybe. But all I'm aware of is the one DVD release of this, and I couldn't find it streaming anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to find it for you guys. It's not streaming anywhere. It's just that crazy DVD version that you got to find that Lloyd's the only person who has. This is another one though that was on it was on Prime for a while. There was like a 6-month period. I kept seeing this pop up. It kept trying to make me watch it. It was like recommended here. I'm like, I don't want to. I don't want to watch it again. I'd go back, be flipping, and be like, "Hey, Charles, I think you want to watch this." I'm like, "No,
I don't.
You're not getting me again with this Calvaire."
I'm trying to find where I put it now. Where am I? Let's see. That's the JPEG. Lloyd and Charles.
Let's see.
There it is. That's what's going on. I found it. All right.
What is it?
And we're back.
Whoa! We're back, guys. Yeah, no, this is fun. Servo Army said similar score piece to Ravenous. Yeah, I can see that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Absolutely.
I don't. Maybe who scored this one? I'm not actually familiar with who did the score for it. Somebody named Vincent Cahay scored Calvaire. Don't know him.
Oh,
wherever you are, Vincent.
He directed Vinion back in 2008, which got a lot of attention. I think it was mainly because it was based on it was like a remake, wasn't it? Vinion.
Who, the director?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fabrizio. Yeah, he did Vinion. Yeah, he did that one. Message from the King was another one that he did. All weird foreign movies. Let's just say that.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I recommend Calvaire if you can find it. Definitely check it out. Don't you think, Charles?
I mean, yeah, I would definitely say check it out. And kind of sucks. This is the one I thought was on Prime, but it's not. But you'd have to kind of get you one of those DVDs. There's not
one of those
out
of print DVDs.
One of them, they're out of print digital video discs, for later. Calvaire's fun though. It's not it's not an easy watch, but it's not a horrible watch either. It's not like Serbian film or anything, but it's it is what it is. If you can find it, definitely give it a watch. It's straight. It's definitely straight. Just like we say, chainsaw meets misery. I mean, that's kind of what you get here.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's a good movie though. Check it out.
Yeah, definitely check it out. All right, I can jump into the next one, which is something to talk about. Let's do that.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about here.
Let me just talk here. All right. I feel like I need some sort of ominous music to enter. Do I need to?
Well, you can if you want.
Is this?
Yep, perfect. There you go.
All
That's
right.
it.
That's how we. All right, here we go. Oh, here we go. All right, guys. A priest travels to East Africa to battle the evil demon, Apazuzu. However, apparently he rediscovers his faith along the way.
Oh boy.
Oh Lord, people. This is released August 20th, 2004. It's an American supernatural horror film called Exorcist: The Beginning, directed by the one and only Rennie Harlan. It's just Rennie Harlan is Rennie Harlan.
Well, it was directed by Rennie Harlan later, right? So
yeah,
there was
that's
this
what
movie.
Let's talk about.
Okay, let's talk about this, Charles.
Go ahead.
They decided to make this movie, and like they funded it and everything. And who was the original director, Charles? I'm losing. I lose that part.
I can't remember it either. No, it was it Paul Schrader? No. Yeah.
Was it
Paul
Schrader?
Schrader, was it?
Yeah. So they put Paul Schrader in, right? As the director. And he directs like a whole movie and turns it in, and they go, no, that's okay. And so they send Rennie Harlan out to basically reshoot the whole freaking movie, from what I understand.
Yep.
And I don't know why they keep trying to make Exorcist movies. I really don't.
Yeah, because the next year, that same guy brought out the other version of this, remember?
Yes.
Wasn't it? It was Dominion, the prequel to The Exorcist, which is the alternative prequel to The Exorcist. It's the alternative prequel, guys. Woo!
Right. So,
Come on.
basically what happens, this movie is about young Father Marin. And, I guess how he discovered Pazuzu or all of this crap. And
You gotta say it's spooky. Pazuzu.
Pazuzu. But then, at the end of this movie, doesn't he end up kind of battling Reagan in the cave? I don't know.
Yes,
This
in the
movie,
cave.
this movie was just horrible, and I don't know. I didn't like it at all.
Yeah. I didn't like this
you know,
movie
when
at
you
all
have to
either.
reshoot the whole movie, it's something's not right. Something's rotten in Denmark, right?
Yeah, something's not right in Denmark. I don't know what's rotted, but it's not there.
Yeah.
This was just wasn't that good. Rennie Harlan was always one of those hit or miss directors, because we talked about Rennie Harlan before, guys. He also did Nightmare on Elm Street 4 and Die Hard 2, which are fun. But then, what else did he do? Deep Blue Sea was another one we talked about he did. So, he was an interesting choice, I think, to...
There was also Cliffhanger in 1993.
Well, Cliffhanger. I mean, come on. That's my 14th favorite movie with Sylvester Stallone.
I'm going to put it at 34 for me.
34? I guess
Yeah.
Over the Top is really good. So,
Yeah. I don't know. Okay, I think we're
Now-
done talking about this movie.
back to Cliffhanger Weekly. This movie was a freaking train wreck. It really was.
Yeah.
This is based on was it based on a book or no? No, it wasn't based on a book. I just
I
don't
don't
wonder
know.
who got this ideal to pass, because let's make a prequel to a movie that came out 40 years ago that nobody's going to want to watch a prequel to anymore. They're just going to be mad we're making it. I don't know, here's $58 million. Let's just make it. All right, Pazuzu.
Well, here's the
Pazuzu
thing.
goes to space.
How could you... what kind of Exorcist movie could you make that people would want to see at this point? How about,
know, but
how
they-
about just go back and watch The Exorcist, the original Exorcist? I mean...
Which they brought out as the version you've never seen a few years before this.
Yeah.
But I don't know. This
I don't
movie's
know
just
either.
not good.
I'm at a loss for words on this.
It's-
I never saw Dominion either. So
Well, and the thing about this is they tried to make Father Marin this magical demon hunting badass. He's like they had to reshoot The Exorcist Star Wars so they could have him flowing down from the clouds instead of a taxi. He was gonna be like, coming to exorcise the demon for $49.95. Whoop whoop.
So Dominion came out the next year.
Very next year.
The very
and
next year, on DVD, right?
It was in theaters for a little
Did
while
it go
too.
to theaters?
Yeah, there was an actual
totally
theatrical
missed that.
run of that.
So which version did I see then? Because he battles Reagan in the cave at the end. I don't know which version that was, to be honest with you. I'm totally confused now.
I could be mixing them up. I mean, really.
I could be too, man. I don't.
I know in this one, there's a church scene at the end, and I haven't watched this since 2005. You gotta give me a break here. I know I remember it being him, this magical, demon hunting wizard. He was just wow, he was gonna pull out a lightsaber that looked like a cross. It was gonna be like, the body of Christ, you son of a bitch.
I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't this, and that's why I asked you that question. How would you make an Exorcist film that people would want to see? I just can't imagine. There's just nothing that I want to see anymore from that.
I know, space.
Space. Okay, well, Father Merrin
Exorcist
in
in space.
space.
Father Merrin says, in space, no one can hear you pray.
No one can hear you exorcise.
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 That was the trailer for Richard Simmons exercising in space.
Ooh.
No one can hear you exercise.
I would buy them
Whoop, whoop.
Deal a Meal cards from him in a minute. Richard Simmons.
Yeah. You know what we need?
What?
Mint slip.
Mint
Mint
slip.
Guys,
All right.
I got my copy of American
Mint
Werewolf in
slip.
London.
Ooh.
I got my copy of American Werewolf in London yesterday, and it was not a mint slip.
Put it in the shredder. That's what I say. Just shred it. If you don't
Went
get a
in the
mint slip, put it in the
trash.
shredder, baby.
It was more like a butterscotch, not a mint.
So you guys
All right.
can tell when we're talking about a bad movie because we just kind of start talking about other shit.
So we're talking about Exorcist, the beginning that no one wanted, you know?
Yeah, and you don't
yeah.
want to see this, so we're not even going to tell you where you can get it.
Yeah, you don't ever want to see this, and
If you can get it
You
free
know-
on Tubi, then maybe.
no, it's not free on Tubi.
No,
You got to
okay.
pay $4 to rent it. Do not pay $4 to rent this movie.
Ain't nobody got
Right.
time for that.
All right, don't do that. If instead you could tip me and Lloyd $2, and we'll reenact the whole movie for you in 94 seconds.
Yeah. We'll
Pazuzu?
at least reenact.
I am
We'll reenact
Pazuzu.
the big match up at the end between Marin and
Pazuzu.
Reagan or whoever that was.
The power of Christ compels you, Pazuzu. How dare you?
You just gave it
Done.
away for free, Charles. The whole thing.
The whole movie.
All right, let's
Done.
move on to the next one. Let's get off of this.
I don't want to. Let's keep talking about this. Oh, go. Hey, guys, there's something coming up that may sound familiar. Lloyd, what is it?
Okay, here we go.
Are you
Let's
scared?
see. I am scared. In 19th century Canada,
This is where it goes. Just never mind. Next movie. Move on.
does anybody care what happened in 19th century Canada?
In a very frothy village in 19th century Canada. You're like, I don't give a shit.
I'm kidding. If you're Canadian, I'm just joking. But
I love Canadians.
I
They're
love
much
Canada.
better.
Canada is my favorite country.
Canadia's good. You know what? They're a lot better put together than we are. so-
That's right. That's true. All right. In 19th century Canada, two sisters take refuge in a trader's fort, which later becomes under siege by some savage werewolves. Released in Canada August 27th, 2004, is the Canadian
Why?
horror film Ginger Snaps Back, the comedy.
Woo! Welcome, guys. We're talking about ginger. All kinds of ginger. You like ginger? It's snapping back today.
No, I'm saying it's like Ginger Snaps Back, the comedy with Whoopi Goldberg. What about
With
that?
Whoopi Goldberg.
All right.
Let's,
Ginger Snaps Back, the beginning, directed by Grant Harvey. I don't know who Grant Harvey is either. A prequel
Who's
to Ginger
Grant Harvey?
Snaps and Ginger Snaps 2 Unleashed. Ginger Snaps, where is it? There it is. There's the poster. The beginning. 19th
So
century
they-
Canada, where werewolves were running amok in Canada.
Canada.
In Canada.
Canada, guys. Hey, what's over there? That's a werewolf in Canada. Is it an American werewolf? It probably is.
No, it's a Canadian werewolf in Canada.
It's a Canadian werewolf. All right, it drinks Morse beer. It's Canadian, okay?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess you could say the filmmakers behind this series.
What the hell is this? How do you do a third movie that's based with the 19th century with the same damn girl?
I know. It just kind of goes back in time like, well, it goes back to 19th century Canada.
19th century Canada.
I don't know. If this movie's your jam, that's cool. I mean, I'm just having fun.
I like-
That's all.
The first two Ginger Snaps, but to me, I'm like, so for one, they shot these back to back so they could bring out two of them in a year. I never got why there was two different directors though. Did the first one was like, I've had enough Ginger Snaps, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and step out. And the next director was like, I'm the Ginger Snaps replacement. We've been waiting in the hallway for you. Like, come on.
Well, from what I
going.
understand, the original director, what was his name?
Ginger Snapper.
Ginger Snapper. You snapper.
Ginger Snapper.
Ginger Snapperhead. No, I understand. The way I understood it, that guy had like a pretty busy career in Canadian television, and he was making like TV series and stuff like that. So,
I think that was John Fawcett.
yeah, that guy. Well, anyway, you want to say anything else about Ginger Snaps Back Part 3 in Canada?
This is a good rule of thumb, guys. So, if you want to make a trilogy and you've made 2 movies, you're like, shit, what do we do? Let's go back to 19th century Canada.
And use the same actresses.
What's it going to be about? Well, it's going to be the same girls fighting werewolves in the past. It's going to be their ancestors because they were always holy werewolf fighters. I'm like, what? What's going on? There should have been one that was done after this that was set like 8,000 years in the future with the same girls.
Well, Ginger Snaps Back. Or Ginger Snaps again in space.
Ginger Snaps forward in space.
Exactly.
And they're like on a spaceship, and they're like, there's so many werewolves on this spaceship. What are we going to do, girlfriend?
I don't know, and it's really cold in here. Yes. Where was this spaceship made? In Canada.
Well, this here spaceship was made in Ontario, Canada.
Oh my God, I don't know.
A little
Somebody's
logo pops at the bottom.
And hear us trashing Ginger Snaps, and they're going to be like, they hate Ginger Snaps. I don't like these guys anymore.
I don't like these sons of bitches because I like Ginger Snaps. I'm not doing it again. Look, I'm not trashing Ginger Snaps. I'm trashing Ginger Snaps Back and 3 and Back to the Future. Some shit.
There's a bunch of great suggestions here. Todd Lewis says there's a double feature of Ginger Snaps Back and Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter coming soon. You can probably
please.
take that.
Can we make them one movie with clever editing tricks?
Richard says Ginger Snaps in Z formation. I don't get that one. Do you get that?
He just hurt my head, dude. What did he say?
It's too much to think about, man.
He threw some like equations on this damn show. Like we don't know no algebraic. Come on.
I do like Todd Lewis. He says Ginger snaps her fingers.
And
then Stephen Burt says Ginger snapped and killed everyone in Canada. Oh my Lord. Okay, next movie, Charles.
We're in Canada in space. So guys, this is the same story as the last one. It's on Tubi free with ads.
Boom.
Like the other ones.
Watch it.
And don't watch this. What you got to do is watch Ginger Snaps 1 and 2, and then I'll come in here and I'm going to reenact the third one for you. It's like this. We're running. There's werewolves. We're in 19th century Canada. We saved everybody.
Whoa. I love those special effects, Charles. That's awesome.
Dude, that's high tech, dude. I got that. I got that big money.
Yeah.
All right,
Charles.
We're moving on.
I haven't seen this one. I'm going to tell you right up front, I haven't seen this one.
All right. I'm going to have to say these names, so give me a second, all right?
Is it a bunch of Asian names that English people can't pronounce well?
It's some Thai names. And I'm not good with Thai. My Thai is worse than my Japanese, so hold on. A young photographer and his girlfriend discover mysterious shadows in their photographs after a tragic accident. It's Lloyd and Charles in the Nude.
Ooh, yes, it was us.
It was. They soon learned that you cannot escape your past. Ooh,
that's a scary thing.
This was not released in Canada, guys. This was released September 9th, 2004 in Thailand because it's a Thai supernatural horror film called Shudder, directed by Baeyong Pisatthanakan and Park Poon Wongpum.
That's pretty close, I would say. Banjong Pisanthanakun and Park Poom Wongpum.
I really wish that we had awesome names like that. Like I always see people, and my name's like the stupidest white name, Charles Doe. You must be German.
But remember, in Thailand, your name is exotic. Charles Doe's.
Charles Doe's American.
Aha.
Or as I'll be going forward, my name is David Dugas.
David Dugas.
I'm a spy.
Okay. So what do we have? A trip or a trip? A trailer or a clip? I just combined the two words.
It's a trailer for Shudder, and I think it's the trailer where the whole thing's in Thai except for the cutaway scenes, which are in English for some reason. So,
Well,
go ahead.
Talk us through this one, Charles.
She's seen a photograph, and she's like, "Look at these kids! There's a shadow."
Memories.
She was like, "Oh, I like this photo too, but there's a shadow.
There's a shadow in the picture. Is that what's going on?
There's a shadow."
Look,
And it's
that's a scary girl.
Ooh, and this is from GMM Pictures. Phenomena. Congratulations, we're in a photo together. Yay!
So,
I took his phone.
So you say they speak Thai and then English in some clips?
I think the whole clip is in Thai. Like anytime they're talking, but all those cutaway things are in English where it says like.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I couldn't find a subtitled version. So who knows?
So this is every time she takes a picture, there's a dead person in it. Is that what's happening?
Yep. It sounds like.
Where's the dead person in? Oh, there it is. Oh,
There it is. There's a spooky.
A
It's a
spooky.
boogans. It's a boogans. This is actually a really well made.
Keep driving, girl. You don't want to stop.
Gotta drive, girl. And don't mistake this with the 2008 movie, the same name. I'm talking about the 2004 version.
This is the OG, right, Charles?
The OG. This was shot in Bangkok, Thailand. And you don't see a lot of horror coming out of Thailand at this time period. And there's some, but not like of this quality. This actually is a fantastic Asian horror film. I like this movie. Really just kind of draws you in because there's a lot going on. There's a lot to the story, and it's pretty freaking scary too. It's a lot of fun to watch. It's definitely, you can tell it's playing off what was popular from Ringu and stuff like that. But I think this was really well made from this area out of Thai. Like I said, not many coming out of Thai at the time. Out of Thailand, they were all Japanese or. We've seen a lot of weird Japanese ones so far, but
Right.
very creepy though. I like this one a lot.
There she is.
Oddly enough, it's super hard to find this movie, but it was recently put on Netflix, so you can watch this one on Netflix. Outside of Netflix, it's not available anywhere to rent or stream, and you have to basically either import a Blu-ray from Germany, or you have to pay $40 for an out-of-print DVD, or you just pay Netflix like $5 and watch it. Like it looks a lot better on there too because their Netflix transfer looks like it came from that Blu-ray.
There you go. Well, like I said, I haven't seen this one, but it's something I've always heard about as being one of the greater or one of the better Asian horror films.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the better ones. These two guys did some horror themselves after this. We'll talk about one a few years after this called Alone. Both of them directed it again, and that's a really, really great ghost story movie. So really, yeah, these are great. A couple of great directors who work together a lot, use the same writers. This one's fun if you can get a hold of it. It's all on Netflix.
All right. Well, I know a lot of people have Netflix, so they will be checking that out.
They're flicking the nets. Let's do it.
There you go. All right, so let's move on to something.
We know this one.
Yeah, we do. An American nurse living in Tokyo is exposed to a mysterious supernatural curse, one that locks a person in a powerful rage before claiming their life and spreading to another victim. Released October 22nd, 2004, it's the Japanese-American supernatural horror film, The Grudge. Directed by Takashi Shimizu, a remake of Shimizu's own O2 film, Ju-on The Grudge.
How often are you ever going to see... You saw this a little bit in the 2000s, but a guy who made the original movie directing the Hollywood knockoff of it,
Yeah, and, you would expect it to be, really good, right?
Yeah, you would expect it to be like, man, this is going to be so good. This guy's doing it again. The same movie. He's going to make it again with more money. It's got to be good.
It's gonna be better.
This is not as good as the other one.
As the original.
It has the original. It's not as good as Ju-on. It's not. And I can't really put my finger on why. It just didn't work out. I didn't like the score that much. The score was done by Christopher Young.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much about this movie I should have liked, and I can't put my finger exactly what it is. Maybe it's because I like the original one so much more. Maybe it's just I don't like that. Even though it was the same director, they had to Americanize it by putting somebody in it who's not Asian.
Yeah.
At least in one of the parts. I was like, that was kind of a big thing.
Yeah, well, this was huge, like you said, because of The Ring or whatever, and so everybody was trying to, to remake a Japanese horror film. And I think they tried to do the right thing by putting the original director, writer, producer in there. But I do also know there's a lot of these grudge movies, man, that I haven't seen. A lot of them. Or Ju-on movies or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, Ju-on. The original Ju-ons are good. This one's not that it's like a horror movie. And I know there's a lot of fans out there of this one. Like I said, there's just something about it that's not good. I mean, it's just so much that they just did that just didn't fit.
Yeah. I just thought it was a little boring. That's all.
Yeah, Steven Sisko helped adopt this screenplay. More American, of course, but he ended up doing... He wrote one of the Texas Chainsaw 3D that came out. I know he did that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know Hellfest, I think, was based on his story or something, too. But, I don't know. Like I said, if you want to watch it, you like it, those are good. I mean, this one's on Prime Video. I'll maybe go back and rewatch it again. But I've seen it a couple times, and I think it's just a mixture of that weird stuff. Like, I don't feel like Sarah Michelle Gellar being written in that style of that character made a lot of sense, but it's up to you guys. If you guys like it, man, it's good on you. I just like the original. I'm an original fan. I got a lot of original people here. Todd, Chrissy, we got all these originals. Yeah, the original's good.
Yeah,
original's good. And
too. Todd says I'll stick with the original.
This only got made because The Ring. After The Ring, they were like, we must remake every Japanese horror film ever made between the years 1997 and 1999. They were like, that's it.
And didn't we just get another remake of this in last year?
The Grudge came out last year. The remake, and I haven't seen it.
Okay.
I looked it up earlier, and it had like a 3.9 IMDb out of 10. So I was like, well, that sounds watchable. Like, that sounds like a good thing we could do.
You think so? I bet you won't like it because you're such an Asian film connoisseur. I bet you will not like it.
I probably won't.
Yeah. All right, guys.
What else was? I know Sam Raimi produced this Grudge one too.
He did. It was
through his company, but yeah. If you want to watch that Prime Video, there's a $14 Blu-ray that I saw. Yeah. Next up is not this movie.
You and I don't see eye to eye on this.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll intro it.
Okay.
All right, guys. Gotta give me a second here. This is what I think of this. Hold on. Okay. Chucky and Tiffany are resurrected by their innocent, gender-confused child named Glinda. And they hit Hollywood, where a movie depicting the killer doll's murder spree is underway, because why not? That's the thing that happens. Jesus Christ. Released November 12th, 2004, it's the American black comedy slasher film Seed of Chucky, written and directed by Don Mancini. Jesus Christ. Why do you like this movie? This movie, I was left with jaw open about what I was subjected to. I was like, what was I just subjected to for however long this movie is?
You know, the only Chucky movie that I don't like is the last one. I just wasn't a fan of that movie. It wasn't good. And I hate to say that, but that's just how I feel about it. I thought this movie was fun. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed, having the Glenn and Glenda thing going on there, and I enjoyed seeing our director. What was his name? That was in this.
John Waters is in this.
Yeah, I enjoyed seeing him in this movie.
I'll give you that John Waters is actually fun in this, even though his character is like some ridiculous time traveler from the 1950s, like out taking photos. I'm just like, really? What's going on?
Let's watch this. Excuse me, y'all. I'm yawning. Let's watch this clip.
Is it mint?
It's mint, baby.
Here it is. Oh, that's how the clip starts, guys. Sorry. His story was infamous. He liked birthday cake. This is the true story of Carlos Blueberry.
I don't know. The last one, I can't even. The Cult of Chucky, I just thought it was. I don't know. It just seemed phoned in.
Claudia, I've told you not to leave your toys lying about.
At least this movie
Good God, you are.
was kind of fun. I don't know. I'm a sucker for this one.
Yeah, I'd rather watch Cult of Chucky.
Really?
I love Fiona Dourif. I think she's great.
This time,
I love seeing her or anything. I think that one's actually a lot easier to watch than this.
Really?
They'll need just
I
the
don't
right
like what they did with
Jennifer
freaking
Tilly.
movie. This is like
It's
like nails on a chalkboard. That's so bad. This is like Jack Frost qualities, and this is what you got here. It's just come on.
I don't know, man. Maybe I need to go back and watch it, but I watched this. I saw it in the theater that year. I went through the theater to see this.
I've watched this
And
once in my life.
And he's
I'll never watch it again. I watched it once in my life. It was August of 2005. I will never watch this movie again.
Yeah, I think you need to go back and watch it.
I'm gonna do it. You know what?
I think you might like it better.
going on in here?
Since then, we've so Don Mancini
No wonder her career's in trouble.
directed this. Mancini wrote the original Child's Play. This is the guy who wrote the original Child's Play.
Yeah, I like it. They kill Brittany in this too.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, God bless the little people.
so
November,
Don Mancini.
Chucky.
I don't even know how he got involved back with this series, but he always had a credit because he wrote this, but he didn't do anything else with Child's Play. I don't think until Seed of Chucky. He just showed up one day and was like, "I'm taking control of this ship. Here we go.
Yeah,
Where are we going?
I don't-
I don't know how to drive a boat." I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm going.
Yeah, I don't really know, man. But I just thought it was fun. I think this is a fun movie. Loved it a lot.
Yeah.
I like Bride of
You like
Chucky
it.
too.
I like Bride of Chucky. That's a different movie. Bride of Chucky was fun. There was just something too slapstick about this. Like they were making Airplane or something. I was like, what's going on?
I don't know. I liked I thought the comedy worked well for me in this. You had Red Man was in it. I just remember laughing my ass off when they ran Brittany off the road. I thought that was great for some reason.
All right, Lloyd, for you. Oh God, I'll go back and I'll watch it. Don't make me
go
do
back
it.
and check
I'm gonna
it
do
out.
it.
Maybe you'll like it this time. I don't know.
I'm gonna call you and I'm gonna live commentary the entire time I watch it.
Yeah,
Be like, all right, Lloyd.
Servo
I'm not-
Amy agrees with you. Says Servo Army. Sorry, says Cult is good. There were certain things I liked about Cult, but I just didn't think it worked. But that's just for me.
I don't know. I guess I just like that they tried to steer Chucky more into a dark place again. You know, before it turned into a scary movie. That's what was going to happen.
I just thought it was great at the end when he's trying to transfer his body and things aren't working out, and he goes, "What am I doing? This is stupid. I'm Chucky the Killer Doll." And I was like, "Yeah, go kill some more people, Chucky.
Go kill some people, Chucky. Go kill them." I remember we had Don at the convention though. He was a nice guy.
Super
He was
nice,
really nice guy. Super
Everybody
nice
from
guy.
that series was super nice.
Yeah, everybody from that series has always been super nice, and it was great having him. He He wrote another movie before Child's Play called Cellar Dweller. I don't know if you've ever seen that. That's a fun movie. Cellar Dweller is a lot of fun too.
Yep. Oh yeah. Beekler directed and did the effects for that, didn't he?
Yeah. Winkler did.
Yeah.
John Carl.
Yes.
That has Cellar Dweller has Yvonne DiCarlo in it too. It's a fun movie. I could watch that again.
Yeah.
I'll look that up.
That's a good one. So, Seed of Chucky, you can watch this all over the place. HBO, Peacock. You can rent it for $3.99 everywhere, or you can buy a Blu-ray for like $15.
Yeah, buy that Blu-ray. It's only buy that Blu-ray and watch it.
Go get it, baby.
I'm gonna rewatch it now. I'm gonna record a commentary for you.
Do it. See what you think this time. All right, guys.
Dude, how are we at the last movie already? What's wrong with us today? It's only been like an hour.
We're moving along at a accelerated clip tonight.
Ooh, haha.
Yes.
So this
All right.
one was requested by somebody last week. Let's put it in here. What do you got?
We did. A group of toy makers seek to use Puppet Master Juice to give life to a line of killer toys they plan to
What is
unleash
it?
on Puppet Master Juice.
Can you say it again?
PMJ, Puppet Master Juice. That they plan to unleash on Christmas Eve, debuting December 18th, 2004 on the Sci-Fi Channel. It's the made-for-TV horror crossover flick, Puppet Master versus Yo Mama versus Demonic Toys, directed by Ted Nicolau.
I mean, yeah, this is a movie that I guess had to happen. You know, it was inevitable. Why not? The world was clamoring for this to be a thing. We needed this.
Yeah. Okay. I've never seen this, Charles. I'm not a huge puppet or I'm not saying I'm not a huge puppet master. I'm just not a huge fan of the full moon movies in general. But there's a lot of them that I do like, but this one came out later and I don't know. I've just never seen it. Should I see this one? Anybody tell me, should I see it?
Well, what's weird about this one is it has nothing to do with Full Moon at all. This is the only one that Charles Band wasn't involved or part of. And
was this one during the Paramount days, or was it Universal? I can't remember.
I can't remember, but this was somebody else did it. And it's just kind of based on his characters. Ted Nicolau directed this, and we've mentioned Ted before because I don't know, he directed a lot of stuff back in the 80s. TerraVision, I know he directed, Subspecies, all that stuff. And this is essentially Puppet Master, but not Puppet Master. And because of that, unlike the other Full Moon movies, this movie is really almost impossible to get your hands on. This aired on television to begin with. It was a Sci-Fi Channel original and not streaming anywhere. No streams. Never released on Blu-ray. The DVD, for some reason, runs $100 on eBay.
Wow.
$100 for a 480i DVD. I'm like, oh my.
Holy moly.
So this is why you don't see this on a whole bunch of things, because it's not a Full Moon actual movie. What do I think of this? What can I say? Is it good? Well, I like demonic toys. Baby Oopsie, I always like Baby Oopsie because Baby Oopsie just reminded me always wanted to shit my pants. That's how I live my life. Now, I'm going to say this is a fun movie. I'm going to say it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed watching it with the understanding of that it's not meant to be a good movie. It's Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys. I enjoyed this, but I think it's yeah. I think it there's a lot of use of stock footage from some of the other ones. It felt like some stuff was just cut into it. I think that's actually what they did to avoid a lot of effects costs. I don't know. I like this one, I'll say, better than some of the Puppet Master movies. Puppet Master 3 is still the best one, but it is what it is. Why not? And Corey Feldman's in it. So there you go.
Yeah, I was going to say, I see Corey Feldman, Vanessa Angel. Why do I recognize that name?
Well, I think this is like you never see a known people in a Puppet Master movie, so it's kind of interesting having Corey Feldman in it.
Right. Who did direct this? You said Nicolau?
Nicolau. Yeah, Nicolau did direct this one.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know who wrote it, though, but Nicolau I'm a huge fan of. Just TerrorVision, Subspecies, like we mentioned a little earlier. He's directed a lot of stuff. I mean, he did do the 1995 film called Leapin' Leprechauns. So there's
There
that.
you go. There you go.
If you've never seen Leapin' Leprechauns, don't ever watch that movie. All right, I'm gonna put it out there.
Oh, Mr. 80 said she was in Kingpin with Woody Harrelson.
Oh, cool.
I don't recognize her, but I recognize that name. She played Claudia in Kingpin.
Okay.
So
I
guess she
haven't
was
watched
one of the
Kingpin in a
main
long time either.
characters. Yeah.
Good for her.
Chris Elliott's in it. And Lynn Chase.
My little hand. Come here, Puppet Master.
Yeah.
Come here. Are you the Puppet Master? Let me use my strong hand to lift your little body, Puppet Master.
Oh my God.
Are you baby Oopsie? Oh, let me clean your booty with my small hand. It's good.
Oh Lord. So there you go. Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys. A lot of people are saying I should watch that.
I think you should watch it too. I told you it's a lot of fun. It's just hard to find. I mean, it's not like it would just be on YouTube for no reason. That would be bad copyright things, but it is. So there's that.
Servo Army says Charles Band gets real touchy about non-canon Puppet Master flicks.
What?
I found out the hard way at 2019 Frightmare weekend. He said he met him and they talked for about 10 minutes. Then I mentioned the Littlest Reich, and he just said we had nothing to do with that. And that was pretty much the end of our chat.
Did he look at you and go,
and then
I said good day, sir?
No, he said he is genuinely a nice guy, though. Yes. Charlie is...
Until you talk about the Little Reich, and he's like, good day, sir.
Good day, sir.
I said, good day, sir.
Yeah. Well, I can kind of see why he wouldn't want to talk about something that he's not involved with. I mean, he basically, just handed the rights to them, and they did their own thing. So I get that. He doesn't.
We call that going full Crispin Glover.
There you go.
The full Glover.
So that was the last movie on our list, everybody. But we do still have honorable mentions. So let's roll that beautiful honorable mention footage, and I'm looking for it right now. When I find it, that is when you will see it. Here we go.
Uh-oh.
Bum, bum. I didn't have a chance to watch this yet, Charles, so I'm looking forward to it.
We got
that wasn't good.
Alien vs. Predator, which should have been a lot better than it was.
It should have been a lot better.
That's
the other thing that I don't know why Hollywood can't make a good Alien versus Predator movie.
It's beyond them. It's like trying to harness the sun. It's not going to work. Uh-oh. Dumplings.
Oh, this is so good.
Dumplings is a great movie. One that definitely deserves to be on the main list this week. It's a weird movie, but boy, it's good.
Oh, it's so good, Charles. Yeah, I like this one.
This is a Hong Kong movie, I believe.
Yeah.
It's a weird movie. One I recommend, guys.
And it's weird and it's gross.
Everything to bury its dark secret.
All right, Resident Evil. We need Resident Evil, guys.
Apocalypse.
I learned there.
Apocalypse. I am Resident Evil, man. Not Resident Evil impression. I told you, these are all guilty pleasures to me.
Yep.
I love these movies.
They really are.
I could binge watch them all like every weekend. I don't even care. Like, put them on. Oh, here we go. It's your favorite movie, Lloyd. Lloyd never stops talking about this.
Who?
You. You love this
No.
movie.
My kids love this movie, though. I remember when this came out, they watched it over and over again, and they weren't into Dracula or horror at all. They just loved this movie.
That's who it was made for, was kids, man.
Yep. Dead Birds is good.
Dead Birds is a fun movie. Mm-hmm. When they could use a better release. I think it's never been really released that well. That's a U.S. film, guys. Dead Birds.
Yes, it is.
Alex Turner directed that. He's a good director. In this. Probably one of the best movies filmed in Alabama.
Yeah. Night Watch. Haven't seen these movies, but heard a lot about them. I've heard they're really, really good.
Yeah, Night Watch is actually really good.
Coming home.
It's a good one to catch. Yeah, this was a...
Stephen King's
Where was this
best-selling
made
novel.
at? I can't remember. Is it Germany? Or is it... It's Russian or something.
Did you see this, the Salem's Lot miniseries?
That was pretty good for being made for television, you know?
I never knew Rutger Hauer was in it. I need to check that out. Yeah, and Blade's kind of a guilty pleasure for me, too. Oh, look.
I made my own Blade movie. I don't give a shit because I don't like Blade Trinity.
I enjoyed this one.
My movie's better.
My father
It
wants
is.
us to help you.
You are virgin? Yes. You're telling me the truth?
Yes.
I believe you.
My movie's so good.
Just for starters, I used to be one.
Yep, pre-Deadpool,
Blade Trinity.
Travis said.
My movie's so good, guys. Ha! Are you pure? They must have a pure virgin.
Right.
Must have the pure blood.
All right, everybody. That was 2004, the year in horror. There's some pretty good titles on here. Definitely not a banner year, though. But we
It was
definitely,
all right.
Yeah, we definitely had some good stuff in there as well.
Yeah, I mean to size it up, we got the beginning of Saw. We got a couple of movies about cookies called Ginger Snaps in Canada. We got a pretty good remake of Dawn of the Dead. We had Shaun of the Dead appear.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had classics like Exorcist at the beginning. So, welcome.
Yeah. But very enjoyable overall year. Like I said, nothing too crazy, but 2004 wasn't bad. What do you guys think when we're done?
What do
here,
you guys think?
Yeah, when we're done here, please leave a comment. Let us know what you thought of 2004, and if there's any movies that you would have liked to have seen on the list. We want to hear your feedback on that. And we also want y'all to run on down there and give a big thumbs up. Looks like we've already got 14 thumbs up
14
on this video, but if you could throw us another one, if you haven't done it yet, please drop us another thumbs up.
All right.
Go ahead.
Here's what I'm giving away today. I'm giving away a Blu-ray copy of Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Nice. So what are we gonna do to give this one away?
I want some pictures of tomatoes dancing.
Mr. 80s, if you wanna choose the next watch party, you definitely can. I don't know which one is the next one. We're not gonna have one for the next 2 weeks, I believe, right, Charles?
Yeah, not for the next 2 weeks.
Right.
So
So
probably March, sometime March.
yeah, message us on our Frightmare Facebook page, or go to Frightmare HQ and hit the contact button and let us know. He said he wants to choose Shredder, the snowboarding killer movie. I'd watch Shredder.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
I'm down.
Just message us, and we will figure out what the next date is. This is the last time we are going to see you guys before Wednesday, though, right, Charles?
Yeah.
So
Wednesday. 'Cause we got something coming up this weekend. That's gonna
We
take our
do.
time.
I don't know if I have the graphic for it. Let me see if I do.
I'm gonna tell you guys for our Patreons, we are gonna do the next Patreon show because the next couple of weeks we're not gonna be around. So we're gonna do like 3 weeks for Patreons. We're gonna do the February 28th for our first Patreon show. We're gonna do the special on Giallo movies March the 7th. And then the following Sunday, March the 14th, we're doing the next Patreon show. We got 3 weeks of fun.
There you go.
Ooh,
We have a
3 weeks.
lot of fun stuff coming up.
I got some more fun giveaways, like my Japanese program for Funhouse and some other goodies
Ooh, that'll be nice.
I got for you guys. Ooh, it's going to be good. So, if anybody wants to win a copy of Attack of the Killer Tomatoes on Blu-ray, which is a newly remastered 4K digital transfer of the film with uncompressed PCM mono audio. Ooh, that sounds good. I want it. Oh.
Whoa.
Oh, original negative? Yeah.
Oh,
you tell me
yeah.
about that original negative. Want it. Okay. First person who can tell me who directed Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. How about that?
That's a good question. If you can tell us who directed Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, I'm not even sure I know that answer. So, first person,
Mint slip.
Mint Slip. Travis Brown answered that. And then Chrissy Gilliland answered it next, and I think she actually got it right.
Is it whoever had John DeBello?
Yep. That is Chrissy. Let's see. Travis said John Bello, which is incorrect.
Oh, almost.
Yep. And Chrissy Gilliland said John DeBello.
It is John DeBello.
That is correct. So, Chrissy,
DeBello.
you win this week. Congratulations. Thanks for playing. And I wish I had some Price is Right music right now. Bum, bum, ba-dum.
I don't think I have any. Why don't we have any in here? How about this one? We'll do this one again. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. UFOs. Bigfoot. Communists. The government swiftly dealt with those crises, but what about the diabolical Attack of the Killer Tomatoes? No one can survive.
Oh, Lordy. Well, congratulations to the winner, Chrissy Gilliland. You have won, so that's pretty awesome. So before we go, I did want to remind everybody that this Saturday, Lisa Wilcox will be at Frightmare Collectibles. And we've already got something up on the website. If you just go in and go to autographs, it'll be the first thing that pops up. There's a special print that we have for sale, and it's by Jim Ferguson.
The man.
Yes. So this, what you see right here on screen, is basically his art. This isn't his art, but he did art like this, of this scene. And we have that up available for sale. So if you can attend the event, you can pre-order that right now. We'll get it shipped out to you. You can also go ahead and order the print and the autograph, and we'll just give you the print when you show up at the event, and you can jump in Lisa's line and get it signed. It's up to you. Either way, we will make sure you get it taken care of. And like I said, if you can't come to the event, buy the print online, and we'll get it shipped out to you. There you go.
Whoa. That's amazing.
That is my promo for the week.
Jim's an amazing artist, guys. If you're not familiar with his work, you should check it out. Check this one out. Some of his other stuff. He has a website called Making a Scene, and he basically does these like cartoon style drawings of film scenes, but they're really well done. I have some of his original art, some of these here, because I've always been a fan of his. Yeah, really, really great. Yeah, I recommend checking him out. And what's cool about it is he sells the really nice prints, copies of them. They're only like $20, like $15, $20, and they're so easy to frame. They're like this big, They just look really good, you know.
They're
No
5x11s
lettering on them.
is what they
Yeah.
are.
5x11s, you know, no lettering on them. They're just nice scenes, you know. They look great.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm going to try to show them this because this is kind of cool.
What you got? It's not that picture of you dressed like a unicorn again, is it?
No, here it's the website, and this is...
Yeah, that's his style art. Look at that, guys.
Yeah. Woo. It's really cool, and the way we priced it, it's $49.99. That's $20 for Jim's print, and $30 for Lisa's autograph. Her autograph's only $30, guys. So if you have something you want to have signed, you can bring it out. She'll sign it for $30. Also, she will have all of her normal stuff on the page. I mean, on site at the event. So if you decide that you want to pick up something from her there, you'll be able to do that. But I just wanted to show everybody Jim's art. His name is Jim Ferguson. I'm going to try
Beautiful
to make
work.
it. I'm going to try to make it blow it up a little bit here so everybody can see it. There it is.
Yeah, he's got his work's really beautiful. He does these. They're so great. Like I said, they're so inexpensive and they're so easy to frame. They look really cool autographed too.
Don't they do? It's good stuff.
Yeah.
And I just want to show everybody where you can get this on our website too, so that it's not too hard for people.
Look at that. Yeah, so hopefully everybody, come join us on Saturday. Like I said, we won't have a show Saturday, but I mean, come out and just talk to us about whatever.
Yeah.
We can talk about.
We'll
talk
both
about
be
horror.
there too, right, Charles? Me and you.
We can talk about German
be there.
industrial films.
That's
We'll
right.
be there.
Charles and I will be there. If you go to the website, frightmarecollectibles.com, and just hit the hamburger right here, and then go to pre-orders, the very first thing, it's going to show... Well, no, it's not under pre-orders. I'm sorry. Go to autographs, and it's the first one that shows. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. Perfect. So we got that out of the way. Right?
We do got that out of the way, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. Saturday is going to be a lot of fun. And then we'll be back like normal.
Todd Lewis says he has a question. You seeing that? Can we buy it on site if it doesn't sell out online? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll have a handful of those prints at the store if you're looking for one. So, yeah, if we don't sell out, absolutely, I'll have them there for sale at the event.
Word. So we're not doing a Saturday show or movie for the next, 2 weeks? Till the 27th. But we'll still be on our normal Wednesdays, though.
Yeah.
So we'll be back next Wednesday. Because why not?
Cool.
We like to party because it's going to be 2005, another banner year in horror, guys. 2005.
That is correct. Travis says, not to say the print is bad, but without a selfie combo, it is not worth it. Well, fine, Travis. If it isn't worth it, then it's not worth it. I am so sorry, Travis. My goodness.
Jeez, Travis. You're pulling him.
Oh, yes, I am Udo Kier, famous Hollywood actor.
He's going full Udo Kier on us. My name is Travis, and I don't like anything but
Mint lip.
The reason I can't really do a selfie combo with this is because it involves other people. So some of this money is going to the artist, Jim Ferguson. So it gets kind of crazy when you have to split up all that money. So yeah, we're not going to offer that, but I'm sure that she would offer you something if she sees that you're getting that. She could probably offer you some kind of a deal on a photo. Or a selfie. She's a nice person, and all of her agents are nice, so it's going to be a good event. All right, what else?
Good. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed talking to her when we had her on the show. She's real sweet. Always a fan of her characters and that. So, looking forward to that. So that's what we'll be doing on Saturday. It'll be a lot of fun, but we won't be online with you guys, pretty faces. You have to come out and see us at Frightmare Collectibles.
That is
And
right.
like I said, we can talk about whatever.
Yep.
shades of brown.
We'll be there all day. Right, Charles?
Be there all day. Yep. Then the following Saturday, nothing again, but then we'll be back those Saturdays. We still got 2005.
All right, guys. Well, I think we're going to let you guys go. I hope you enjoyed 2004 as much as we did. I want to thank each and every one of you on Twitch and YouTube for joining us. We had a great time tonight.
We did have a great time.
Looks
Love
like
talking to all my peeps, guys. You guys are awesome.
Looks like we just got a tip from Tommy West, $9.99 through Super Chat. Thank you, Tommy. We appreciate that.
That means we got to play a little bit more of our dance music, you know?
Go for it. Todd Lewis wants to know who all is going. Y'all get on there and comment and let them know if you're going to.
High fashion.
It's a good way to meet up. It's socially distanced. We make everybody wear a mask, so everybody's going to be safe.
Fashion.
It's going to be fun.
High fashion. High fashion. That's what happens when you give us a tip. You get the dancing party. High fashion.
That is right.
High fashion. You like high fashion. Here, it's fashion. It's high. I like to have high fashion. That should get everybody out of here.
That ought to get them all out. All right, guys. I want to thank y'all all for joining us. We had a great time. Thank you, T. West, for the super chat. We appreciate that. Sebastian Robledo, also known as Mr. 80s, thank you for the Patreon pledge.
Yeah.
And if you want to become a Patreon, just look us up. Frightmare HQ Patreon. Should take you to right to us from Google. What else, Charles? Is that it?
Right to us. Yeah, no, that's good. So, yeah, all the Patreons, I'm going to put up some event reminders, but those first 3 weeks, we knocking stuff out, doing some fun giveaways like we usually do, and somebody will get our amazing Patreon mystery box full of goodies.
Which is packed full of goodies, and it's worth immense value. So there you go.
It's worth $1 million.
That's right. No, it's not. It is not worth $1 million. But it's definitely worth more than $9 a month that it costs you.
It's worth a kiss from Lloyd. Ooh-wee.
All right, guys. We're really going to do it this time. We're really going to go. Thank y'all for joining us. We had a great
Do we have to go, Lloyd?
Yes, we
do.
do.
We have to dance. What's going on?
Travis says, sorry if I made some people mad tonight. You didn't make anybody mad. We love you, Travis. All right, guys. We're going to get out of here. Y'all have a great night. Peace out. My name's Lloyd Cryer, and I'm with...
Charles Dove.
Y'all have a good night. We will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.